I just wanted to say hi to everyone in America, and I wanted to apologise for my not being there for the launch of Care by Stella McCartney. I am devastated actually that I can't be there, because this is something that I've worked on and we've all worked on so incredibly hard for over 3 years now, and it's something that I personally believe in far, far more than you could ever know. So I wish you the best of luck with it. I hope that you guys love the range and that you educate our customer, inform them and tell them everything and all the benefits of Care. And I just wish you the best of luck with it, and I hope that next time I'll be there and I won't be giving birth. All right, good luck. Bye. So basically we're here today to talk about what we've been working on for the last 3 years, which is something that's very close to all of our hearts, both at Stella McCartney and YSL Beauté. And I think everyone probably knows actually, but it's sort of, for us, it's really, we see it as the first luxury organic skincare range on the market. So we've been working on developing a purely organic skincare range, but also to really sort of marry the two together. The two worlds really, because I really feel like you girls come from a world of, great luxury, and you've seen every product in the world, and we've sort of been working on it and the organic end of that, and really feel like it's sort of our responsibility. Basically, it's sort of more natural for me, I think, to sort of go from the perfumes into something like makeup and develop things like that. And it was something very early on that I really wanted to work on, because it's something that I sort of really believe in and also feel is very much missing from the marketplace. And so I really wanted to work on skincare and an organic skincare range. And I think purely because I feel that in this day and age, it's number one, it's one of the most modern ways to approach the skincare market. And also I think that consumers now really expect more from their products and really want to be educated, want to know what the ingredients are. They really want to feel like they're being informed and that they can trust what they're putting on their skin. But I also think they don't really want to have to compromise on the luxury side of that. I think that as it stands right now, the market is very much split between big corporations working on sort of the more conventional side of skincare, using chemicals and things like that. And you get all the luxury there. You get the luxury of the texture, you get the luxury of the packaging, you get, everything is sort of how you expect your skincare to be, especially when it's such an emotional purchase. And I feel like the organic side of that market, which is the largest growing side of that market, sort of 9% growth compared to a 1% growth in beauty, is really sort of left to the sort of smaller companies, startups, and it's sort of a much more sort of funky perception really compared to the other. And I think that for us it's important to really marry those two worlds together. Sort of considering that you start off your day and you can put up to 200 chemical-based products on your skin, from in the cosmetics world. And I just don't think that people are really, I think it's, you don't want to bang on about it, but I think it's something that we should be aware of. And just in the fact that, I had a baby a year and a half ago, and I was so aware when I had him that I didn't want to put any products on his skin. I was kind of like, I can put olive oil on him, but I don't want to put anything on there, and they're so precious, and you feel like everything's being absorbed, and you really want to protect this little human being. And yet, as you get older, when does that moment happen where you stop caring about what you put on your skin and sort of, I sort of didn't understand that transition point. And for instance, I mean, I don't dye my hair, but I know that when you get pregnant, you're not allowed to dye your hair. And I always thought that's really weird. Like, why is it once you've had the baby, you're fine about dyeing your hair and putting all of that on you? But and so it's little things like that, I guess, started triggering my mind working as, more in this direction. So basically the name of the range is Care by Stella McCartney. And we came up with that name because we sort of tried a lot of names and we just kept revisiting the word care. And I think that's probably because I think it sort of shows that we care, and that also I think first and foremost you guys care about, people care about what they're putting on their skin. And I think, to show that we care about you and you guys should care about yourselves. and also care about the implications further on down the line of buying an organic product, I think you sort of win on all fronts, really, hopefully. And so I guess now for my next step is for me to introduce Pat Thomas, who basically, she's the health editor of The Ecologist here in the UK. And it was important for us to really get a sort of someone outside of our group to really sort of come and talk about some of the reasons for having organic skincare, and then sort of just to give a little bit more information about that. And for me, I think the main thing about this project is the marriage between you ladies and people like Pat, because I think that's sort of what we're really talking about here, is that sort of void between the two worlds. And what I think is really the modern way forward in this area is when you guys start to all mix together, and that's when I think you get a truly sort of modern skincare product. You get your luxury and, you know, all of that sort of side of things, and then you get the people that sort of can really help inform us about the benefits of organic. So
what I'm here to talk about is making products like this meaningful. I mean, it's a complicated world out there where there's an onslaught of news about how the planet is heading towards Armageddon and what have you, and it can be very difficult to sort of place skincare in the midst of all that, and yet it is actually a very important, very meaningful thing. And the first thing I'd like to point out to you is that there is a lot that's said and written about skincare products, and it can become sort of a blur after a while when words like natural and organic and luxurious and care are bandied about so often, and when they're co-opted as sales devices, they quickly lose their meaning. Now, the interest and demand for natural and organic beauty products has grown tremendously in the last few years, and yet a recent survey found that U.S. women, 90% of U.S. women surveyed would like to use natural and organic products, and yet fewer than half of those women could actually define what organic and natural actually meant. And that's really not surprising, given the way that some companies can misrepresent these concepts to their consumers. For instance, a product need only contain a 1% natural ingredients to be called natural. A product can claim organic ingredients and yet still contain a range of synthetic industrial chemicals that are not good for your skin and have been linked with longer-term harm to human health. And in this situation, I think it's very easy to see how women could become confused but also mistrustful of any product that makes those sorts of claims. Organic isn't a vague concept, it's not a faddy theme, it's not a marketing ploy. It's first and foremost an agricultural method that ensures a certain level of quality. It's an absence of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. It's a respect for the land and the people who work it. It's concern for the health of the people who consume what's grown on that land. And I think most of us now know how important it is to put organic in our bodies, but it's also important to put organic on our bodies as well, since, as reported by the US Food and Drug Administration in 2000, some 90% of the ingredients used in conventional cosmetics don't have any long-term human safety data. Stella mentioned that your skin absorbs a significant amount of products that you put on it. You can, in fact, studies show, absorb around 60% of what you put on your skin. And there are some estimates which suggest that as women we absorb around 2 kilograms of chemicals through toiletries and cosmetics every year. So what has Stella Care got to offer? It's a product that uses organic ingredients, free from pesticides, and that's a very important thing when you're working with highly concentrated essential oils and plant extracts. The EcoCert certification allows traceability of the ingredients and avoids adulteration with undesirable chemicals. And the organic standards also imply a higher concentration of the active ingredients, which I know Joelle is going to talk about more.